So it occurred to me over the weekend that every time I'm in a video, I seem to heighten the pitch of my voice and make myself sound a lot higher than I usually am. Not the smoke the weed higher, but the high pitch of my voice. So, for the remainder of this video, I'm going to attempt to be happy, cheerful me, while doing a normal pitched voice. So, we'll see how that goes. Hey guys, Joe here. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on the RiffRaft server. I can't say that not fast or else I screw it up. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on the RiffRaft server. Today, I'm working over at the PvP area today. I've actually done a tiny bit of work, not much, but I haven't got a little bit of work to do over here today. I went to a festival over the weekend, and looking at all the rides and playing games and stuff, and being with my friends, it really sort of sparked more interest. It's weird, I don't leave my house very often, I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm not a very physically sociable person. Like, I have a small group of friends that I enjoy hanging out with that I leave, I guess I'd say fairly often to hang out with, and then I have, like, one person in specific that, like, is probably the most fun I have hanging out with, even though I feel like I bore the freaking hell out of them. But all the same, that festival really gave this project like a whole new kick in its butt with my enjoyment for it. So hold on, let me sleep real quick, because like originally this project was just gonna be one old big like a big PvP arena, but after this weekend, well, it was initially my plan to change it anyways. Let me move the mic real quick. It was initially my plan to move it anyways. Move the idea of it more from a PvP area to like a sort of multiple different sort of game system. But yeah, this weekend definitely kicked that over, like, into overdrive. So I'm figured out the road is gonna be sandstone, mainly just because I have way too many freaking chests of sandstone. Or sand and sandstone, because the desert, so I figured I might as well utilize it, and it's actually, it's kind of a weird contrast to the acacia wood, but I'm not minding it all that much. It's a little bit weird, but it works. And then up here I have this like fancy sign I made with the whole item frame naming thing, showing the name system, so it says welcome to PvP Playground, because that's what this is called. And if you just look up and then scroll over, it'll tell you a welcome sign. And that's actually pretty cool. Originally, this sort of bar right here wasn't going to be there. Excuse me. But if I put it up here, you had to, like, jump to see the names of everything. So I figured, you know what, that's just way too much effort on anybody's part. Plus, nobody's just going to jump up to look, because I don't really think anybody on the server's not smart, but, like, Minecraft smart enough to know that these display names, because I'm probably the most Minecraft knowledgeable on the entire server because of my lack of a life. So, yeah, I lowered this down so everybody else would get a kick out of it. I also came over here and got the idea of a game started. Like I said, I want to have a bunch of different PvP-esque games. I'm going to have one big, like, sort of just a TDM arena over there, and I already know the map of my choice, mainly because of the smallness of it. I don't know if I'm actually going to build it on camera, because I'm coming to realize that if I build on camera, I get really distracted and I mess up blocks. Plus, it's going to be one of those builds I have to build in a creative world first, and I don't transfer those really well on camera, like, at all. So I'm probably just going to build that off camera, and I'll show you guys as soon as I get it done. Not this episode, but I mean when it happens, I'll show you. But anyways, PvP idea for this game is, okay, so there's a hole here. Well, yeah, I guess there's a hole here. There's a hole here right now, but in time, when the snapshot, or not the snapshot, when all the snapshots become final and Minecraft updates to 1.9, this little 3x3 square here is going to be slime blocks. And the point of this game, let me just start it, for example, because I need to get really, really freaking high for this. Again, not the weed. Oh, goodness. Well, That's actually something I'm going to have to consider before I go up there. Hold on, let me just take this down. But the point of this game is going to be, like, there's going to be a, like a giant freaking, like, ladder to the top of the world and a platform at the very top. And at the very top of it, you stand up there, and two people go up at once, and you just kind of wait for each other. And you just sort of count down, and then when the countdown hits 0, you both jump off, and you're going to land on the slime blocks. You land on the slime blocks, you jump and hippity-hop all over the place, and the goal is to shoot or knock the other player off in, and kill them. Whoever sort of dies first loses, I guess. It's a pretty simple situation. While I was over there, I realized that I'm going to need a bucket really badly. I used to carry a bucket on me all the time. I think I actually had one just the other day, but I was over at somebody's house and I blew up. I lost my bucket and it sucked. I lost my good pick. I had to make a new one, and it was really, really disappointing on everybody's sort of end. I'm going to get this taken care of, get it all constructed and everything, and I'll come back to you when I get this little area figured out. Alright, I'm back. I got the tower sort of things finished. I got the tower, the pillars that lead up and have the ladders. I didn't get the ladders done, which is why I'm cutting down trees, and which you will be watching me do. But I got all the way to the top of the world. I've got the platforms built, as you can see, by these tiny little squares up top, and I've got it fenced in. At the moment, it's not operational, because, of course, slime blocks aren't introduced yet. So I just have, I just filled the 9x9 squares with water so you can safely land at the moment, but I will swap those out as soon as I'm able to. So yeah, I've just been over here, bone mealing the freaking birch trees, the saplings I have here, because I need, wood for sticks for ladders like crazy. A long time ago, before the server, I had... Come down here, you little whippersnapper. Come here. Hold on, I'm sorry. This is gonna bug me until I get this sapling. Oh! Well, that's a thing. It's been awfully laggy tonight, but I don't, like, understand why, to be perfectly honest. Anyways, I had this project going a while ago, which I'm going to replicate on this server eventually, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. But I did it, and I needed a lot of wood for it, and I soon realized through the tedious process of bone meal and trees that the best course of action when you need wood is birch trees, because they never grow super tall. Well, they can grow tall, they just never get big and awkward, like... Look how awkwardly shaped the acacia trees are. I positively hate acacia trees. The oak trees aren't so bad, but the problem is when they grow into large trees, I always seem to have problems getting all the wood out, and I usually have to burn the top of the tree because I can't find where the wood is. Oh, goodness, no. I need to hurry up and place that down. Another problem with cutting down trees and spacing them apart without, like, any place to tell is you always forget where they went. But like I said, I'm just gonna go into story mode here because I don't have anything else to do while I cut down the trees. Over the weekend, went to a festival, as I mentioned before, thus the project. And I went with my best friend, and we hung out. Fudge. And we hung out not the entire weekend. Friday we went. So this festival runs on a system of wristbands. You buy buttons so you can get in ahead of time, and you buy wristbands the day of or beforehand, and you get to ride rides from the specified times on the wristbands, and during that time period you can ride as many rides as you'd like. Friday, that just happened to be from, what was it, like 5 to like 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But you can ride rides from any amount of time in the specified bracelet period. So, we get there, and me and my mother being the smart, diligent people that we are, we decided to go a few days early to the city hall where you could purchase things early, and we'd like to purchase some wristbands early. And because I have a crippling social anxiety situation, my mother went in and asked for the bracelets early, but there was a little snafu. They ran out of bracelets, so instead they sold my mother's tickets, which you could exchange for bracelets the day of the festival. Well, we get there, and the tickets are green. We get there, and we find out the bracelets are pink. Or pink or orange, I don't remember. I have, like, the brain span of a toddler, and I can't remember that far back. Oh, god dang it, stupid tall grass. Ah. Anyways, we get there, and we find out the tickets my mother bought, which she told me were just any day that you'd like, just go up and say, hey, bracelets, yo, you dig? But they weren't like that, unfortunately, so I had to call my mother back and ask her to bring me $40 so I could get 2 bracelets to ride the rides. But once that whole thing was out of the way, Friday was actually really, really fun. It was really funny because it's not in the exact same town as me. It's in a town over. They're the ones that hold the festival, but since it's a small town and it's so close, a lot of the people in my town go to it too. This is my first year, and I kind of planned on going last year. I honestly wasn't gonna go. Like, I wasn't at all, but, like, my friend was talking about how she couldn't afford to go, so I was like, hey, you know what, why not? So I ended up going. But because it's next to my town, as I get sidetracked in this conversation, a lot of people in my town go. So we go there, and we get in, and we start riding the rides. It's pretty fun, you know. Yeah. Ah, man. I am a freaking knucklehead. I completely lost track of my story. Whoa. I'm gonna finish cutting down these trees, and I'm gonna figure out what I last said so I can continue the conversation I was part of. So yeah, just a second. So I watched back the tape, and I couldn't figure out where I was going with my story for the life of me, so I'm just gonna continue on in a general direction of what I was trying to say. Anyways, it was a pretty fun day Saturday, or Friday. We got there, like I said, had to call my mother back, bring more money to get wristbands, and then we finally got there, and up to the ticket booth where we get our wristbands. It's 2 a.m., ignore the yawn. But we finally get to the thing, and this old lady's there, and I hand the money to my friend, because, like I said, crippling people, I don't like people, so I handed the money to my friend, and she's not afraid of anything. Like, she is, like, literally the most... I don't know how to put it exactly. Like, she kind of seems like she'd be really bad with people, but this girl is like a social butterfly, if you will. Like, she may not like people because she's gone on record saying many, many times that she hates people, but despite the fact that she hates people, she is really, really good with them. Like, I have not met anybody ever that has met her and disliked her. Like, she is just, like, the biggest people person there is, or at least that I know. And it, honest to God, impresses... Okay, so, earlier, when I was building this, I racked up a death. So, let's see if I can land this without dying. Come on. Water. Yes! Oh, sweet. Anyways, she gets, to get back on track of my story, she gets up there, hands the lady the money, and, there's an old lady taking the money, and she is, oh my god, the most forceful old woman I have ever met. Like, if she was a nun, I would be so freaking terrified of her ability of hitting you with a ruler. Like, it was really, really insane. I just sort of put my arm through the window so she could latch the bracelet on, because it's protocol and everything. Freaking Jesus Christ, she pulled on my arm like it was, like, the last turkey leg on freaking Black Friday shopping list. Like, god dang. But once I got the bracelet on and I could feel the pressure in my arm again after she so forcefully tugged on it, we found two... What happened, actually? No! Ooh, I remember. My blood sugar was low. We got a funnel cake. It was pretty real. It was about an 8 out of 10 funnel cake. I've had better, but it wasn't bad. I didn't eat much of it. I ate me some nachos. I mainly got it for her because she obsesses over funnel cakes, apparently. But that's okay. I got a little bite, but it was good. And then we started riding rides. And we got to one specific ride later on in the evening called the Zipper. And if you have gone to any carnivals, you probably know what the Zipper is. I don't know if it's one of those rides that has like an interchangeable name, because there are a lot of those. Like there was a ride that I've always called the Scrambler, but apparently it was called the Sizzler at this particular festival. But it's still the Scramble in my heart. But I got to a ride that is known to me as the Zipper. And it's sort of like this conveyor belt type thing that spins, and you get a little metal cage, and it flips you upside down. Needless to say, she was pretty, like, she didn't seem scared at all. She said she was scared, but she didn't seem scared at all. All the same, she doesn't like heights. So we get in the thing, and there's another particular ride at this festival called the Fireball. And the Fireball, let me tell you, is a terrifying device. It is a roller coaster, but it's not. It is a giant mechanical circle with roller coaster track and a roller coaster, like the coaster cart thing, and it just goes in a circle, like just unlimited circle. And at one point in the ride, you stop upside down. Like, no, can you not do that, please? And needless to say, I've been terrified of this thing since I was a child. And it is the most terrifying thing not in my life. There are more terrifying things than that. But it was a very, very scary thing. And since she was afraid of heights, and of course she wanted to ride the ride, but she was scared of heights, I said, okay, if we can get to the top of this, and if you can keep your eyes open for the majority of the ride, then I will ride the Fireball, which I had already told her with much protest that I would never ride. So I told her, I can't make that jump for the life of me, but I told her, if we get to the top, or through the ride, and you keep your eyes open the entire time, I will ride the Fireball. And you wouldn't guess what she suddenly got the ability to do. So, needless to say, we rode the Zipper. It was quite painful in certain areas that a man doesn't like to enjoy pain. Doesn't like to enjoy pain. I don't know if anybody likes to enjoy pain other than sadists, but it caused some pain in areas. And she was a trooper and kept her eyes open the entire time, which means that the next day we could ride rides, I had to ride the Fireball and face my ever-so-present fear of dying. So that was a thing. This episode's running a bit long, and I actually got some stuff done. It wasn't much, but it got something done. I'm one step closer to finishing this place. It's not going to be done for a very long time, but, you know, any bit of progress is good. I'm going to stop with my story here. I'm going to go immediately into recording my next RiffRaff episode so I don't lose track of my thoughts. Excuse me as I shake up my water bottle. And in the next episode, I will continue the story of my ever-so-glamorous weekend. But for now, hope you enjoyed watching. Like I said, I will continue this next episode, so if you really want to hear the rest of this story, you can come back on Friday, and I'll tell the rest of the story. So, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, come back for more. And until next time, I'm Joe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.